Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, you know, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, you know, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place on a midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old, back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song, in the old neighborhood. As the clock strikes one, the memory lives just as it stood, like a quiet dream. The shadows of that time are cast beneath the streetlight beam. As the world moves on, time sings a song. Don't cry.
Video serving as evidence in the murder of a
Don't cry.
warn you, this may be hard to watch. Allegheny County Police say the man in the back is the suspect, Calvin Crew. You see Crew get in the back of Christy Spacuzza's Uber. This was back in February. The video released by the court yesterday. Less than 20 minutes into the ride, police say Crew pulled out a gun and pressed it to the back of Spacuzza's head as she pleaded with him.
Come on, man. I got a family. What are you
I got
doing?
a family too, now drive.
What are you doing?
Drive.
Please stop.
Drive the car, miss.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I'm your host, Afridamus. I want to welcome all of you to another edition of the Afridamus Report. That short video you saw there, I just wanted to, before, we get deep into the topic, just to give a little warning to my African brothers and sisters out there who are in the business of Uber and Lyft, driving. Some of the dangers that are involved in that business, so sometimes some of these clients, can delete you. So what you were seeing there, it's a Uber driver that had a gun to her head, pleading for her life. So I just wanted to put the little clip out there. So those of you that are Uber drivers, you're watching, always take that into account. And I would be bringing more stories about that. But that's not the topic today. Today we are going to Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys know about the year of return. We've talked about the year of return here. And it was back in 2019. So we heard the year of return. Year of return. And most Africans, people were definitely confused by what does Ghana's president mean by the year of return. They said, quote unquote, the diaspora. So we were thinking more like, okay, maybe Ghana is inviting more, their own citizens, because what we understand as the diaspora, like, for example, people like us who are from those African countries. We are the diaspora up here of that. But people going to Ghana is not a new thing. Many, let's say Caribbeans, especially Jamaicans, have been going to Ghana and they're still there, right? But somehow we haven't been hearing about anything about the Caribbeans. So now that it's been a few years, we are going to dive in to see, what Ghana's new guests that came to the country, specifically from America, the premium blacks, the blacks from America. Most of us have questioned the year of return. We say, Ghana, are you sure? Do you know who you are inviting to your country? You better check and see. These guests you are inviting, when they move, the white people used to invite them, and the white people have to run. So let us take a look at, after all these years, did the year of return help improve Ghana's economy? Did it help improve Ghana's image? That's where we are at today. So Ghana had, their people, they were even making fun of Nigerians, saying, oh, you see, the premium blacks did not choose your country. They chose us. They chose us. So many people were like, look, maybe Nana Akufo, he did this for economic reasons. Maybe they thought the blacks they see on TV, the ones that work, the ones that create jobs, those are the ones that are going to come. Instead, here's what Ghana is receiving now. Everyone went. Everyone went. So I don't want to keep you guys even waiting at all. We are going to dive straight into this. How are Ghanaians responding to this quote-unquote year of return? Did it improve Ghana? Like, what type of people, took the flight to Ghana? Are they helping Ghana, or are they destroying Ghana? Well, there were a series of things that happened that people, gradually, their new guests were bringing their own type of culture to Ghana. Let's see the first one, one of the first ones that hit the internet. Let's see here. Do you guys remember this?
Abusua video B8.
That's right. So Ghana had some of their guests, from America, the premium blacks. They went to Ghana, and in fact, they showed the Ghanaians how they celebrate and honor their ancestors. And people were like, especially the Ghanaians in the diaspora, they were very upset. Many were making videos. They are like, no, this shouldn't be allowed in Ghana. And back then, if anyone that speaks about the realities of the type of people that Ghana is inviting, people call them haters. People call them divisive. And somebody like me, I have asked the question, because people like to say unity. I said, what are people uniting on? What are they uniting on? But they can never answer it. In fact, they were like, look, you guys are just haters. And of course, the premium blacks came and they were like, we are job creators. We are builders, and most of, we were happy for Ghana. We're like, man, Ghana, Ghana is definitely getting somewhere. But then they started asking, of course, for reparations. They wanted free land. Okay, Ghanaians started learning that. Okay, some of these people, the people, they said they are inviting diaspora. But when they started moving, some of them turned out to be Indians. Some of them turned out to be Hebrew Israelites. And of course, some of them went there, looking for love. I mean, real love. And the Ghanaians, let me show you how Ghanaians, give me a minute. Let me find this video here. Let me show you some of the people that are going to Ghana. Some of them are very well known. You guys know who they are. And the Ghanaians are no longer hiding their feelings. They're no longer hiding their feelings. They are talking. So give me a second. Let me pull up this video here. Let me show you, what I'm talking about. Just a moment. And in fact, the Ghanaian YouTubers, somehow it felt like Ghana was spending money to, put their YouTubers out there. People like Woody Meyer, they were out there saying, we want, they were targeting the blacks. And, you cannot say, the blacks invited themselves. So let's look at when the call happened. Most of the blacks wasted no time, and they are still coming. They are blessing Ghana with lots of the premium, beautiful black women. Here we go. Let me show you some example here. The things Ghanaians would do for green card. You see that, right? That's just one of the examples. I'll just tell you right now. Ghana, at one point, Ghana, for some reason, Ghana's image was very, very clean. Very clean. But now you roll over on the internet, this is what you're seeing in Ghana's airport. The Ghanaians, they're showing up at the airport with their flowers, dropping on the knee, You say, oh, that's love, right? Love. Okay, that's cool. Now let us check and see what Ghana's image have been since the blacks started coming there. Here we go. Let me show you a video from a young Ghanaian that, the man is very, very frustrated. And, he repeated everything we've been seeing, because Ghana have been getting bombarded with terrible propaganda. Terrible, terrible propaganda. So they regretted. We'll find out if they regret the year of return. This video is fair use and is for entertainment purposes. Now that the honeymoon is over for the year of return, let me go ahead and, break this video down. Fair use.
Hi everyone, my name is Hans. You're welcome to my channel. Now, I want to make this video real quick. So I've seen a video made by Go Black to Africa, and it's really disturbing. And
You guys remember that name, Go Black to Africa. So Go Black to Africa's, was travel all around Africa. I've made several videos concerning the Go Black to Africa. And some people are, oh no, you just hating. Tanzania. Remember the blacks were going there? Most of them got kicked out of Tanzania. Tanzania are tired of, their image being tarnished. So Ghanaians they are getting tired. You guys remember I said this. They said, Niger, Niger must go back. Pretty soon they would say Blatt Obroni must go back. But let's listen to this. He's going to talk about Go Black to Africa. Let's see if Go Black to Africa is helping Ghana's image. Here we go.
I'm really sad. Let's watch the video, and then I'll make my submission. Okay.
I say, because sometimes when I get upset, I'll put it out there a little raw. Well, I'm going to say this right here because I know Ghanaians watch this, and I know there are government officials who watch this. And I've been coming to Ghana for the last 7 years. I have met beautiful people in Ghana, whether it's Ghanaians, whether it's African Americans, whether it's other people who are coming into Ghana to pursue either their happiness, trying to reach their potentials. Many people have come out of America, UKs and Canadas, coming back with hopes of a better life. So
you right there. So they said they are going to Ghana for better life. So right then, remember the motive of the year of return? During that time, what were we hearing? They were saying, we're going to Ghana and we're going to create jobs for Ghanaians. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. So now it keeps shifting. This very Go Black and the person he's talking to, these people claim to be Hebrews, meaning they are Hebrew Israelites. They said their homeland is Israel. You won't hear them make videos like this about Israel. So obviously there's like this entitlement issues. So now let us hear what Go Black has to say.
I did many interviews of people here in Ghana who have had hopes coming here only to be scammed, only to be taken advantage of, only to be land to be taken. I know people who have been killed here in Ghana because of land disputes. And yet Ghana has made this whole door of return to be some sense of a historical event that, in my opinion, it was only a ploy, a plot, a scheme to get the dollars out of their hand to bring in to Ghana.
You guys hear this? So remember, Ghana had a great reputation as a country. So imagine a lot of potential real investors are going to be listening to this. So he's accusing the country of Ghana of scamming the blacks out of money, or even killing some for land. We did not ever used to hear this about Ghana. But let's let him continue.
The last number I was told, there's over 15,000 of us here in Ghana. And I know without the 15,000 of us that are here, and those that come back and forth, and the money that is sent outside of the country of Ghana, Ghana could not stand. I'm going to put it out there.
Wow. Did you guys hear this? So Ghana has like 30 million people. The country of Ghana, like have been there for however long. Even the current Ghana that they call Ghana, became independent in like 1958. Ghana had their ups and downs, but they still continue to be Ghana. So he said without 15,000 blacks. So forget the Jamaicans, the people from UK, just the blacks, 15,000 of them. Without them, Ghana's economy is going to fall, according to him. So you guys, yes, 57, thanks for correcting me. And guys, please make sure you hit the like, hit the like, subscribe, share the video, and feel free to, hit the super chat. I need 15,000 of you to hit that super chat, because you guys know without 15,000 of you, the Afridamus report will fall. So the blacks are saving Ghana. Let's hear this.
We have come here to build businesses, and I know my brothers and sisters there.
Now you'll be surprised. We have a lot more videos like this on the internet right now, talking about how disloyal Ghanaians are and how we are scammers and all that. And these things didn't exist before. It happens. We started seeing these videos after the year of return, right? So, and it's mostly by African Americans, right? And so I think the government of Ghana, I know he wanted something great for Ghana, but it's now becoming a disservice to Ghana, right? Because, when we were growing up in Ghana, we had a lot of issues. Like, Ghana had a lot of issues, right? And as we grew up, we realized that most of those issues were being resolved, one after the other. And until now, most of the issues are not there. And we still have some of them, like the acquisition of land, and some of those issues, some few issues are.
So the man is speaking facts, right? He is saying, like Go Black said, they, just like you notice, I don't know why Ghanaians are surprised. They should have been watching the Afridamus report and others, so you get a clue of what you are dealing with and who you are dealing with. Imagine they also said they single-handedly built America. So now they single-handedly, 15,000 of them are in Ghana. Without them, Ghana would fall. Mind you, Ghana has been around the country, independent country, since 1957. They didn't collapse. But the year of return, if 15,000 of blacks did not come there, Ghana would have collapsed. And please, I would like you guys to put in the chat, the Ghanaians do not put the names of the big companies that the blacks have created in Ghana and employed Ghanaians to help stimulate the economy, if that's even in existence. The man is correct. Since the year of return, that's when we've been seeing these type of videos about Ghana, back to back. Ghana was a quiet country, reputable, and very trustworthy. But since the year of return, it has put a lot of question marks in people's mind about Ghana. Here we go.
So issues, there are real issues in Ghana, right? Which I know with time they will be resolved, right? So we have done a great disservice to Ghana, including myself, because I'm part of the people who were doing, and we can't blame the African Americans. These are real problems they came to meet and they are talking about it. It's genuine, right? But I think the year of return, beyond the return, was very unnecessary, right? And the land, now look, I watch a video made by African Americans also, and they were talking about the Asebu land. And I know very well that the chief who gave the land had good intentions, right? I know he had good intentions. I've listened to him, and I know he had good intentions, right? But now he's being called a scammer, right? Because of the same issues which have come about as a result of lack of systems to check those things in our country. And Ghana is a developing country, right? And developing countries don't have those kind of, like in the Western countries where you know the format. When you want to buy land, you do this, and you get the land. In Ghana, you have to work extra because we don't have those kind of systems that check those things, right? So definitely you will have issue, and you have to do double work to make sure that the land acquisition and everything is in the right, you are going through the right process in order to have the land, right? So Ghana will not be able to survive this because, I mean,
the man is correct. So the president of Ghana invited the blacks and said the year of return for whatever reason, not realizing that if the blacks, what they are used to is things being made and handed to them, everything in place, you hand it out. That's what they are used to. Ghana, for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe they haven't done their research whatsoever, because you notice it is not only people coming from America to Ghana. They have Jamaicans there. They have people from the UK. But we don't, like, you hardly hear from those people. Hardly. So when you're inviting people to your home, you have to know who you are inviting. You have to know that. You have other nationalities. You have Lebanese, Chinese, Indians, different people who are in Ghana, who are even contributing more to Ghana's economy. They're building businesses there. But ever since the first videos I started seeing, people crying about not having their favorite snack in Ghana, or, like little things like that. They, because when they said the year of return, most probably are thinking, because they think they're going to get free land and all that. They're going to get things for free, because maybe Ghana thinks, oh yeah, these people are coming from first world country. But more and more Africans are becoming shocked to see people coming from this quote unquote most powerful economy, who are supposed to be, way more self-sufficient. They are realizing, no, they ain't got it like that. And Ghana have opened Pandora's box. They can't close it back. They have 15,000 there. Right now, this man looks like he wants to cry. And I heard some of the Ghanaians are now beginning to write letters to Nigeria, begging them and saying, please, let's be one. We want to sneak in the back door and run to, to Nigeria. You guys remember I've done videos about, white flights, how when the blacks move into, white neighborhoods, when they start destroying it, the white people would run away. Ghanaians are now at that point. You see how frustrated the man is. He's like, what are we gonna do? So, so Ghanaians now, they're getting on their knees, begging Nigeria, please take us in as refugees. You see, what Ghana is dealing with here, this is the classic case of how colonialists operate. You are seeing 1824 all over. What happened in Liberia? You know, when I told this story here, people were, oh man, Afridamus, you're a hater. You're just making it up. I said, you guys are, you know, because I've heard people in videos. I've heard people in videos, the things they're saying. The man in the video would go black. They said they are Hebrew Israelites. Hebrew, meaning their homeland is in Israel. But why are you in Ghana fighting over land? In Ghana. Here we go.
A lot, and these are the videos that destroys a country, right? I know countries that spends a lot of money just to control information that leaves the country. Make sure, you see, there are countries that we think are very peaceful, but a lot of things happen in those countries. But you don't hear them because they control the media, because, I mean, they have come to realize how having a good image as a country is very important, right? But Ghana, we have messed up with ours. These African Americans, they will mess up our country before they leave. If you think I'm lying, go to how do you call it? YouTube and type "why I left Tanzania" and see the information they've put on the information they've put on the internet about Tanzania, and you will know the future of Ghana, where it's going now. The year of return.
The man is correct. See, if I was the one saying what the man is saying, people would have been like, oh, Afridamus, you're such a divider, but you're hearing it from him. Yeah, you invited these guests into your home. You did not vet them. You know nothing about them. You were mesmerized by music videos and entertainment, you know, not knowing that's not real. That's not real. This is like, you know, like how they do it is they put the, you know, like this nice image in the front. The moment you open the door, then they bomb rush. Then you receive the real deal. You receive the Indians, the Hebrews, the Eskimos, because the blacks, they come in all shapes and sizes, all ethnicity. Depending on what day it is or how most are feeling, they become that. Anything but African. So you hear some of these, you know, blackity black people talking all this, you know, talking, you know, book stuff, trying to tell you about, you know, black power. And you guys are like, the Africans are like, yes, you know, we are Pan-Africans, you know, come on in. They tell you don't trust the white people. The man, you heard him. He is 100% correct. Go online right now and type why I left Tanzania. He is 100% correct. You would be shocked. Now you type why I left Ghana. Look, if you go to a place, you don't like it, your experience have not been great, just pack up and leave. But these YouTube dollars, let me tell you, most blacks would even sell their own mama for a little bit of people recognizing them or getting a little bit of dollar. That's America for you. I mean, go on, you know, like you guys are seeing what is happening on YouTube. You see this. First of all, even like quote unquote they said the gender war. Go see how black people in America talk about other blacks. Go see for yourself. So I don't know why Ghana is shocked. He is right. Sorry, Ghana, but before this storm, you know, goes out, I'm sorry, there's gonna be a whole lot of destruction about Ghana. So please, Ghana, continue to write the letters to Nigeria and bring them in. Nigerians are in the corner going like, I thought you guys said we, you know, they didn't come out to our country because we are the, you know, it's a terrible place. Look, Nigerians, say what you want about them. They know who's got money and who doesn't. That one they know. They will investigate. Okay? They will. Yeah. They don't just go by, you know, facial image. No, they would dig deep, you know, and they'll be like, this man not get nothing, or this woman not get nothing. Nigerians do that, but Ghana wants to be nice. Here we go.
Stable land, whatever was a mistake, we have to admit that we made a mistake. Because, man, I mean, if you're an investor and you hear some of these things, would you still want to invest in Ghana? No, you will not. Even if you would take extra steps to be careful. Meanwhile, we have a lot of investors who have come to Ghana, right, to do their investment, and I mean, everything is going well. I don't know why these people are the only people having problem in Ghana, but well,
sir, because you know, it's not about Ghana. You must understand. It's the people that you bring in there, the people that you invited. They do this. You know, if people are not happy, having identity crisis, what do you expect? It's the person. You have to, you know, like people think is the environment. Environment sometimes plays a role, but if you are not a happy person, you know, like it don't matter where you go. You would bring that unhappiness with you. Of course. I have many different videos, even some of the Black people themselves who went to Ghana, the well-meaning ones. I don't want people to think it's all of them. Of course, 15,000, not all would be thinking this way or, you know, behaving this way. Even some of the Blacks themselves are fed up with, you know, some of these things that the people that are following the good people to Ghana, what they are bringing with them. There's different kinds of people that went. Some wanted to get away from the other people, but they won't let them go. They keep following them wherever they go. It's like good Black person say, I made it. They move to like the nice suburb. The moment the hood follows them, they turn that place into a hood. So the same thing is happening. So Ghanaian people, you better pack your stuff and get ready and beg Nigeria and go there.
Well, they said they have problem and the problem is genuine, right? So let's blame ourselves as Ghanaians because we have done a great disservice to our country by doing the year of return. I'm telling you. And those bloggers who are making money off YouTube by interviewing people and all that, we are going to face the consequences because I mean we are going to have more of these videos on the internet. When I went, you see, in Gambia, I watched a video made by O'Shea. Is it O'Shea? What he is the Kiganda? I mean, I think Kiganda. Yeah, and
he's right. Ghana and Gambia, and you know, Gambia. The fortunate thing is we did not write the letter to invite people, and I've said this. Like Ghana did, inviting people. We just got invaded. That's it. We did not write letters. We didn't say, come is the year of return. You know, they just happened to be Googling Ghana's map and they look and they said, oh, that other one also starts with G. Let us go there. Okay? Ghana brought this on us. This is why I'm going to write to our president. We must ask Ghana, you know, for reparation. Ghana needs to pay. Seriously. Because Ghana brought this on us also. So O'Shea is all the way in East Africa. He's never been to Gambia or Ghana. But there's no shortage of videos that he would make about these places. Like, it's almost like, you know, like these people are planned to just, first, you remember, it used to be, oh, white supremacy. And you know, creatures of habit, you must understand. I told you guys, you know, like at some point, the game about like when you know, they're gonna get tired. The white supremacy talk is going to get tiring. But the formula is the same. After that, after white supremacy, they would have to find another group to talk about. And Africans are the perfect group for that, i.e. Ghana. You notice Nigeria is not having this problem. And of course, you talk about Nigeria. Nigeria, they got tons of YouTubers. They would come out and send missiles your way. But instead, the Ghanaian ones, they just go, they interview any and all black. I'm like, are the blacks the only people there? Are they the only ones there? But for whatever reason, the Ghanaians are like, let's go interview the blacks only. As if the blacks are the only quote unquote black diaspora there. Seriously.
His name is O'Shea something, I don't know. He made a video about Gambia. When I watched the video, I knew Ghana has done a mistake.
But there's one country that has a lot of promise and a lot of potential. The Gambia? Yeah, the Gambia. It is a very small country with very limited resources. Couple that with it being a place with not a lot of opportunities and a lot of poverty, you're going to get a lot of bad situations that are possible to happen. Now, don't get me wrong, poverty is everywhere, but when you have a limited...
So, you hear this? Literally talking about Gambia like Gambia is the hood. Like, is the hood. Do you guys see what Ghana, the problem that Ghana caused? Ghana brought this on us. Yes. Thanks to Ghana. The moment they said the year of return, Ghana completely, put Gambia into this mess. Ghana, we will not forgive you for this one. You must know this. We are filing a case against you. Now that we have the evidence, even a Ghanaian is saying it. We are going to file a case against you. You've cost our economy a lot for doing this year of return. Let's continue.
Resources, poverty is elevated up that way. We have these people who are not so rich, and you do have the ability to buy land in the Gambia. The reality is that all of this is coming to a head in a place like the Gambia, where you have limited resources and limited land and limited opportunities, and you have people owning the land. I think that's a situation for a disaster because of how small the Gambia is. If you're going to a place like the Gambia or any place,
any country that African Americans go to, I mean, I feel sorry for those countries, unless it's a Western country, because...
Exactly. Do you guys hear this? This man is 100% correct. I cannot name one African country the blacks have been to in numbers and not have problem with it. I mean, pretty much anywhere they go. He's right, unless if it's white people's country. If you hear blacks talk about France and Italy, you'll be like, what? So if you enjoy the white man's eyes, don't get jealous and start bad-mouthing the white man. No one is judging you. Enjoy the white man's life. Remember when I was telling you guys how I enjoy the white neighborhood? Some of them are like, oh, Afridamus is a sellout, blah, blah, blah. But you go to Africa, it's always bad-mouthing Africa, bad-mouthing African countries. Now they say they are going to Kenya, South Africa. Remember Go Black, he went to South Africa also. I have some of the videos, some of the division he tried to bring amongst those people there. I have the video. The South Africans were calling in. I downloaded it. I'm going to do a breakdown on it for you guys to hear this. The South Africans, they just were not feeling it because they were calling. He opened up the line, and I didn't see a lot of his videos walking around, in South Africa. When Go Black went to Malaysia, his video, the first one I saw, he was bashing, like they would say, bashing Ghana. He's like, look at how nice this place is. What Ghana? Literally. So it is what it is. So maybe Ghana, I don't know, maybe Ghana they are regretting this. So here we go.
I think African Americans are wired to live in Western countries and not developing countries. Because each African country where African Americans have been in their numbers, I mean, they've been there in their numbers, they have issues. Go to the internet and check. They have issues. So don't be so happy if they are coming to your country. I mean, this is what you're going to get. And I'm saying this as a Ghanaian. I'm very much concerned because just some few years ago, when they say you are a Ghanaian, you feel very proud. I mean, not because your country is the most advanced country or you have a very beautiful country or something, but the mindset and the image that we have created out there, what people think about our country, those times, everything is changing. Everything is changing. Everything is changing right now. If you go to the internet right now, hey, Ghanaians are scammers, Ghanaians are this, they are stealing people's land. But that is not actually the issue. The issue is that we don't have systems. And so people take advantage, right, of this problem. And then they also dupe people and all that, right? Which I think with time, we are going to solve all this problem. But I mean, we hurriedly brought the year of return and we've brought a lot of African Americans. I mean, we're okay with our Jamaicans, with our Caribbean countries. I mean, they have lived in countries that are similar to African countries. So,
you see, Ghana said Ghana said they are, he's saying, you know, we just want our Jamaicans. Because it's true, I've not been seeing videos from Jamaicans disparaging his countries. And he's correct. Like, I've said this, most black people from America would have a hard time living in African countries, especially West Africa, because of the amenities they are used to. And, you know, to be fair, Ghana should have done the research. If you're inviting your guests, make sure you know what your guests like and what they are used to, and at least put some of those things in place. Yes, but I bet you that would have still not saved Ghana. I mean, look at the white people. I mean, they badmouth the white people more than anyone, but when they are in Africa, who do they quote? Because when they say, oh, you know, this is not like America, you know, the places they talk about, that is the white people place. You know, when things go rough, they run to the white zaddy. So it's all a game. I mean, look, don't look at what the person is saying. Just look at how they behave. You know, action speaks louder than words. Simple. I mean, like, literally, you know, like, come on, if you're African, especially like sometimes I go to these festivals, you know, I've seen blacks pretending to be African. They think this is how people dress in Africa. They put on, you know, weird clothing. They call dashiki and all that. You know, I just smile and keep going. And other blacks fall for it. Oh, yeah, sure, they are Africans. You can cosplay African all you want. I get it. I can play along, but I know the truth. The person playing African know the truth. This is why when the real African shows up, they don't like you. They don't like you because, you know, like, you know, like how when it's around white people, they play African. When they see the real African, they hate the real African. Not all, but most. But here we go.
They understand those things. But African Americans, they've lived in America for all these years, so they can't stand some of these things. And Ghana, we need investors. We need investors to invest in our country. And these are not the information we should be seeing on the internet, but we have brought them. And we are going to have even more because we have a lot of them in Ghana. We have over, as he said, over 15,000 of them are in Ghana. How many of them are going to leave? When before they leave, they will put something on the internet. So we are going to have a lot of negative image. I mean, people creating negative image for Ghana on the internet, right? We are going to have a lot of them. So let's prepare for it. We have done our mistake. We will deal with it. There are countries that have more problems than Ghana, but they didn't call anybody to come to their country. They are solving their problem on their own. And I'm telling you, this is not what's going to make a country develop. Bringing the year of return, people, what investment? He said 15,000 people.
Come on, Ghana, don't regret it. You know, Ghanaians. Sorry, guys, I don't mean to laugh. Ghanaians went on the internet, they watched Tariq Nasheed and the other blacks talking about we built America, and the Ghanaians fell for it. They're like, hey, let's bring the blacks in. They're gonna, you know, if they built those skyscrapers and those big land American roads, I mean, they're gonna come and invest. So now they are learning something different. No, buddy, you can't get rid of 15,000 of them. It's too late now. More is gonna come. And if you look on the map, Ghana is spelled Ghana. It's not Gambia. Ghana. Just to help you out. And the capital is Accra, not Banjul. Here we go.
Saved Ghana. Is that because of that Ghana was able to stand the economic crisis? 15,000 people. Do you know how long Ghana have existed? Do you know the challenges we've been through that we've overcome? That 15,000 people have saved Ghana. As I said, I mean, we are going to deal with some of these things, right? We are going to deal with some of these things, and it's our fault. You can see from 4 months ago, I've stopped making videos. I come to Ghana, I've stopped making those rubbish videos. I've stopped because it's going to hit us so hard in some few years to come. Proud to the year of return. When you're walking around as a Ghanaian, you feel very proud. Like if they say you're a Ghanaian, you feel very proud, right? But now the negative image about Ghana is too much, and it all comes from African Americans. You can check. Oh my God.
Well, sir, I mean, in a way, you can flip it the other way and, you know, learn. I don't know. They are your guests. You invited them. The blacks are not there uninvited. Let's make that clear. They were invited. You know, no criteria was put in place to say you got to do this and that and that. No, you know, and yeah, you just got to deal with it. Here we go.
This is very disturbing to me. As I'm very concerned about these videos. I'm very concerned about. I will appeal to Ghana government to cancel this beyond. It's not helping.
Sir, you can't cancel it. It's too late. I mean, in fact, I ran into some blacks the other day. You know, we were talking. They're like, "Are you from Ghana?" I pretended. I said, "Yes." They're like, "Oh, we love your country. We can't wait to go there." And they're, like in the video, the size, the type of size the Ghanaian men love. 3 of them. They are planning to go to Ghana to find, happiness. I said, you are very welcome. Because Ghana invited them, okay? Yeah. I mean, sir, I'm sorry, but how do you think Ghana, it would look like if Ghana now government comes out and say, we revoked, we regret and revoked the year of return, so we're going to revoke the visas and all. No, think about it. The blacks have more connection to Liberia and Sierra Leone. Did you see Liberia doing the year of return? Liberia learned their lesson. And you know exactly how many blacks first went to Liberia before they fully colonized the place? Guess how many thousand? 15,000, the exact amount. So you see, the numbers are just going to keep increasing. So parts of Ghana, You know, I know some of you are going to be like, man, that's impossible to colonize. Well, they are colonizing Ghana on the internet. Now it's internet colonization that is happening to Ghana. Tanzania, go look on the internet. So, you know, it looks like wherever groups of blacks from America go to, a problem ensues. So, sorry, I don't know how Ghana is going to deal with this, but, you know, I remember 2019. In 2019, this is what we used to see. Right. All we hear was Akwaba. And this man here talking, yes, he's right. I've seen his video before, you know, excited about the blacks, inviting them. But he doesn't look so happy about what is happening. And don't get mad at me. I'm just here to break it down. You know, the things videos I've made in the past, look at, it looks like, you know, we are all seeing it. The things I have, you know, warned about, the analysis is right in front of us. Let us continue.
United Arab Emirates, Dubai, they developed. No diaspora came from anywhere. Singapore, they developed. No, Malaysia, and which country? Even Africa, Mauritius, and the rest, they're all developing. No diaspora came from anywhere. Just do the right thing and you attract real investors who will come and help the country. Because, I mean, from where this thing is going, we are going to have even more. Because what Go Black and what they are saying right now, if I'm an investor, I will think twice before moving to Ghana to invest, right? Meanwhile, the issue is not as serious as they say it. It's not as serious as they say it, right? But this is what we've gotten ourselves into. And there is something we can actually do. You see, this very issue that Go Black is talking about.
I've said this. You guys remember in the beginning, the videos that, you know, that was on the internet is, oh man, black people are getting killed in America because being black, blah, 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 right? And people, you know, some of the Africans fell for it. Even Ghana big YouTuber, what's his name? Wody Meyer. They were all out here promoting this. Anyone that try to talk common sense, they don't want to help. They're like, no, man, you're just hating. Somebody said, child support must have hit Afridamo's pocket this month from his estranged FBA mama. Oh, here we go. You see, now it's excuses again. But here we go.
The government officials in that municipality, they have documents to prove how right they are to demolish those buildings, but they will never come out. They will sit there aloof and watch things go wrong, right? And because they don't come out to say anything, people will take what these people are saying as the fact and they will use it against the country, right? I don't know whether they understand what negative image does to a country. I don't know. See, Ghana was doing good. We were developing at our own pace. We want to do things hurriedly, right? So this is the consequence. We will destroy everything. Ghana was developed. You see, it was going to get to a time.
Sir, if you want omelet, you got to break the eggs. You know, maybe in a way, these things some of the blacks are putting out there, yes, maybe right now it might sound bad, but maybe at some point it's going to turn out to be good. But just like but I predicted it, that the year of return, this is what is going to follow suit. You know, because you know, the internet is hitting Ghana in left and right. Because they said they are inviting people who are Africans. But you have people who are claiming they are from Israel. And Zongo, you're right. When, you know, the land, when they demolished the land, yes, they ran to the American embassy. What did Africans you learn about that? Remember, I told you, if things get rough, you know, like they keep talking about how they talk about the white man, you guys really believed it. You really believe that they really hate the white man. They're not going to run to the white man. But you learned, okay? Yes, you know, yes, they went and told the white man on you. So, yeah, don't be shocked about that. This is normal here, even in America. I mean, even this quote-unquote pro-black, you see even Tariq Nasheed, the way he talks about white people. Do you know where he lives? Go find out. He lives in a gated community with white people. But some of you believe he hates white people. Okay? Some of you believe that. You have to realize in America, they have what they call freedom of speech. And especially the blacks, they have black privilege. They get to say whatever they want. Anything they want. You have to understand that. And whatever comes to their mind, they will say. And Ghana is going to feel the freedom of speech of the blacks. It's not always going to be good. I hate to break the news to you. Here we go.
That all this lands issue will be corrected, just like others have. We used to have cash and carry at how do you call it, at our hospitals. You have to pay immediately, but all have been removed. Now people go to hospital without even paying money and all that, right? It used to be a real problem, but now it's not there anymore. All this problem will be solved. It's a gradual thing. We are in a developing country and we are solving things, and we wanted things to be hurry. We want to bring all these things. Now look, this government must do something really about this thing beyond return. Let's start to correct some of the things we've done wrong and save the image of our country. I love my country more than anybody else, right? Anything that destroys my country, I'm not for it. Thank you very much.
All right, you guys heard that from, again, Ghanaian patriot. He said he wants his country to fix it. Guys, how is Ghana going to fix this? Are they going to say the Blatt Obroni must go? Like they said Nigeria must go, Niger must go? We don't know how they're going to fix this. Anyways, the link is in the chat. Hit the link and come in. You know, I want to hear your perspective on, you know, are the blacks destroying Ghana's image? Are they bringing the same anger that they brought from the United States to Ghana? Because you see, like, not everything you're upset about, oh, that didn't go your way, you should just run and, you know, fire up your camera and complain about it. I mean, people that complain about snacks, mind you, about snacks, you know, like imagine what's left to not complain about. Simple snack. So you have to understand that. So guys, I have the link in the chat, especially Ghanaians, you know, hit the link, come on in. And, you know, I want to hear your perspective. You know, like, how do you feel about the year of return? And, you know, black people also can call in FBA, as they say. As they say, as some of these people call themselves. And, you know, if you also feel like a black Indian, but an Indian, but you still like to come and, debate Africans for whatever reason, even though you claim your ancestors are Indians, but you're in Black African spaces, you are also welcome. We would see you as a Blackfoot Indian. No problem. But this is what is happening, in Ghana at the moment. The Ghanaians are regretting it. Zongo is in the chat. Zongo, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Jump on it. And this is the image that is being put out there about Ghana. Is this going to hurt Ghana? Hey, only time will tell. But there's a lot of negative things, like the man is saying, that is pumped out into the internet about Ghana. I mean, hey, even my own country, Gambia, where they're accusing the Gambians of, quote unquote, deleting African American women. And despite the woman that was deleted, she's from the UK. And it wasn't even done by a Gambian. But, what do they care about? What do they care about? They don't care. They just want to put that negativity out there. That's just what it is. And yes, of course, it's not all, but there is way too many other people that are doing this, tarnishing the host country's image. I mean, hell, think about it. Like, you have to understand, when you see someone, like, you invite them, all they could talk about to you is to talk bad things about the place they came from, right? That should have been the red flag for Ghana. And even, I believe, I saw on the internet, this is from even Black people themselves. They said they were given free land in Ghana. Okay? Some of them got free land. And Go Black is saying 15,000 of them help. They help turn, Ghana's economy. They help turn it. So the link is in the chat. Hit it up, okay? Nagmi, the premium Black is here. Nagmizi said the host countries are shitholes. You can't tarnish a shithole. Hey, hit the link, Nagmizi. You're welcome here. St. James, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Thanks for having me. Happy Saturday, man.
Happy Saturday to you. Zongo, welcome in. Zongo came with his Black American gangster sign. Welcome to the show. And St. James, St. James, what do you think about the Ghanaian man having a bias remorse about the year of return? Because he's saying that they are destroying Ghana's image. Like, what do you think about this? Like,
now I was feeling for the Ghanaian brother, man. I feel like he was really touched by the information was from the and yeah, like you said, there's a lot of bias remorse, but I don't blame anybody else but the Ghanaians, right?
Yeah.
It's South Africa.
Oh man, your audio is something.
Right?
Sorry, say that again. Your audio was.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I was just saying that there is nobody to blame here but the Ghanaians,
Okay.
As an African living in the West, right? I always tell Africans we gotta do like everybody else. We gotta pick and choose who we decide to visit. So we can't we can't just connect like that. Like you said, what we are we united on, you know? So, but the Ghanaian are learning the hard way, you know, and which is good though, which is good, by the way, you know, like in life, you live and you learn. So my brother's learning, so which is good, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think the Ghana man is overreacting? He's not used to the black expressing, their freedom of speech?
I believe he's now used to the black using their freedom of speech. No, he's getting emotional. I get it. I don't know if it is a continental Africa. You live in Ghana, right?
He's Ghanaian. Oh, look
Okay,
at
yeah.
what Mary said. So every black American is destroying Ghana's image over there. This is hard to believe. Maybe some, but I don't believe all. No, obviously not all.
No, not
It's
all,
not
not all. Not
Yeah,
all. This
there's
is
no.
yeah. This is a typical. This would be the typical feedback from an African living on the continent. You know, so the give and take is right. He's about in the middle. He's getting emotional. You know, he feels a certain way. He loves his country. You know, he's not used to get those kind of information being spread online about his country. You know, like he said, you know, Ghana is peaceful. I know Ghana for being peaceful. Very outstanding people, loving people. These are my people, you know. And the
Yeah.
fact that they open their arm to welcome, like he said, 15,000 American, you know, it says a lot about Ghana, you know. There is no way we can sit here and blame Ghana. We can blame Ghana a little bit, but the gesture they did to us, Black American, is something that we have to commend Ghana for, you know. So the little bit of criticism they're receiving, you know, it's come with the game, you know. But some of them, like you said, you know, they want to make that YouTube dollar, so they would say whatever, you know, they say to make that money. You know, the guy said, you know, people have been killed over lands. I don't know too many diaspora being who got killed in Ghana because of
It's
lands.
exaggerated. Of course,
Oh
it's just
yes,
like
right.
it has to be exaggerated.
Right,
And
but
yeah,
right, the fact that you're saying that, you know, that the Ghanaian brother on the continent will take issue over that, you know, because you got the stats, that's not adding up. That doesn't add up, right? He was like, yo, you destroying the image of my country, which is right. You know, one guy got killed. I remember that lady who got killed from the American, right? From the
right.
American who got killed. That's the only person I know. I don't know anybody else who got murdered in Ghana, but I don't even know the circumstances of it, of the situation, you know. But you
Yeah.
sitting on YouTube talking about people got killed over land, that's not good. It's not good for the image of that country. Let's put that out there. Any criticism is good, but that right there is not good. You know, you got to be careful about what you're saying, though.
Like, what do you think the motive is?
Afterdamus. So I don't want to go to St. James of 2020. You know, like you know, I have my issue with some Black Americans. You know, some of them, you know, is for us is going to be on site. I don't like the idea of them going to Africa. I don't like it. You know, some of them got to stay here. Let's be honest. You know, Ghana's economy is neck and neck with Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast ain't called no diaspora.
Yeah, but
It ain't called no diaspora.
you go Black said without the 15,000 blacks, Ghana would fall. So
are you serious?
he said,
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
He said they created businesses, so they get
Afterdamus.
help. Yeah.
So that tells you, that statement right there tells you the guy doesn't know about Ghana. He just visit Ghana, but he doesn't know about Ghana. Ghana, man, come on, man. Come on, man. Anybody that knows Ghana know, you know, those kind of statement is just like, come on. Are you honest, man? Seriously, 15,000 people? And we don't hear from it? Like, what did they create, man? Like you said, what did they create? Coming there and building your land or building your house is just like what every other Ghanaian is doing. This is not news to us, man. Now, opening a restaurant and or a business is not something new to the Ghanaians. They have done that 100 times over. Come on now. Seriously? Seriously.
So, but do you think the type of, for example, the guy is like worried that, some of this information, these complaints, things that have been put out there will affect Ghana in a negative way?
Somehow, some way it will, though. Like, if you put it, like you got like, I don't know how many people are on YouTube talking about Ghana. I don't know. But if you are looking for some sort of information and you get to, and you click on this guy, right? And you hear, oh, expats have been killed in Ghana over lands. Would you invest in that?
No.
Absolutely. It makes sense, right? You'll be like, no, I don't want my land to be taken. I don't want my business to be taken. You know, I can't go live among these savages because of land that we Africans are killing over lands. That's not a good image for any country. Any country. It's not. But the guy is there saying that, and on one video he loves Ghana, on one other video he want to criticize Ghana with false information. So which is which? I mean, which is which? You can criticize Ghana. I'm for that, but don't come up with false information. Be honest about it. You know, like, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen because this guy want the money, right? He live
Right.
off of he just want that YouTube money, so he's gonna say whatever he gotta say to make that money. So as African, we shouldn't blame that. I don't like. For me, I don't care. I don't watch that. I don't care. But you know, Ghana has to learn, right? Ghana has to learn. The Ghanaian have to learn.
Ghana must put the red carpet for the 15,000 blacks. They are saving Ghana. Let's go to Zongo. Zongo, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you. So Zongo, you know, you heard the video. He played Go Black, and your fellow Ghanaian, he seems very, very frustrated, and you know, seems like he has so much regret. He said that, you know, the government, you know, made a big mistake about the year of return. You being a Ghanaian, what is your take?
Well, first of all, greetings to you, Alfredamus. Greetings to you, St. James. Greetings to you, Nak, and greetings to the chat and the future viewers. Well, I mean, I love Ghana dearly, but I had to burst your bubble to some of you Africans. You know, I mean, I mean, it's very sad to realize that the Ghanaian government do not even know like the African Americans quite clearly, right? I think the overall image of African Americans that they had was pretty much what they saw in Hollywood movies or probably African American music. So them inviting African Americans to come back to the motherland, they would probably were assuming like someone like Jay-Z or Beyonce or probably 50 Cent was coming back with $1 million investment in the real estate companies or probably investing in other areas in the industries, right? But no,
Wait, are you saying that didn't happen? Like,
no,
did you hear what Go Black said? 15,000 blacks saved the Ghanaian economy from collapsing. But
yeah, but it's mostly people within the working class or probably the lower class, right? That came to Ghana. I mean, that the money that they brought to Ghana did cushion some aspect of the economy,
oh,
but
so Go Black is right,
some
huh?
aspect. I think the overall goal that the government of Ghana were looking for was real investment that can really revolutionize
But when
certain sectors within the economy.
was the government of Ghana clear about their intentions?
I guess not. They weren't clear about their intentions, right? They wanted to use emotional connections, to influence Black African Americans to come back to the motherland, right?
But then that would be called emotional scamming.
Hey, I mean, it's fair to say so, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, that could be an emotional scamming, because even to invest in Ghana, I think you have to have a minimum of $500,000. I mean, how many African Americans have that kind of money in their retirement savings? I mean, I don't mean people do not have it, but the ones that really, have love for Africa and want to come and resettle back in Africa, a lot of them come and dispute on just minor issues, which is really irrelevant sometimes, right?
Because see, they should have the black people that here in America that have that kind of money, that in fact job creators. You got to ask yourself, why would they leave America
Exactly,
and move to Ghana?
why would they leave America and move back to Ghana? And sometimes I get it. Like a lot of Ghanaians, the way we are raised, we are not raised, to embrace strangers. When you come, we have this sense of hospitality towards strangers. A stranger wouldn't come to your land. I mean, regardless, even if you have some kind of like ancestral connection with, you are not allowed to even speak bad of your of someone that you 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 kind of like embrace and give them a place to stay, right? So pretty much the guy wasn't really accepted. he pretty much he wasn't used to that. But in Ghana, hey, we do practice, freedom of speech over there. Kabina mean kebi, that's what they call it in the tree language. Say, and I will say it as well. I mean, it's no different from, but African Americans, they're just very clear, they're not gonna lie. And some of this land problems that we have in the country, these are existing issues in the country. Them highlighting the problems might probably send a signal to the government of Ghana to do something about it, because no rational investor is going to invest in a land that has dispute or some kind of dispute surrounding it.
So what I'm hearing is you're saying,
Mhm.
then what Go Black and others are saying. So it's helping. It's gonna help Ghana in a way.
I mean, I don't mean what Go Black is saying, but I mean what some African Americans are.
There's a lot of different videos.
Yeah, a lot. I mean,
like this guy highlighted Go Black's video, I guess, about the land issue, that those black Hebrews who said they took their land from them, like demolished their beautiful structure
yeah,
on the beach. So that's what even brought all the conversation.
the conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, what do you say to that?
I mean, the whole land issue. We don't really know like the surrounding fact in the contract, right? So it's really easy for you to be swayed on hearsay as to whether like the Hebrew Israelite person was on the right, or maybe the owner of the land that sold the land to the African American man was on the right. If we had the surrounding fact, if you had like the core facts surrounding that issue, that would have been very ideal for us to give a proper judgment on this issue. But uh, yeah, I mean, people. I mean, we have African Americans that have bought land in Ghana, and they've never had issues over there. So it's kind of really dicey because I come from Ghana, and I know land problem is really an issue over there. You remember some time ago I was telling you, hey, man, I might probably consider buying a land in Gambia because I don't want to buy freaking no land in Ghana while I'm in the U.S. I'm not going to do that, because I know a land could be owned by several people, could be sold to several people in the same country, especially in a region that's highly densely populated. Where the demand of land is very high over there. There's always going to be scamming problems over there. All Africans are not like holy people, right? They're certainly bad apples among their midst, right? So you should be expecting those kind of people scamming African Americans. So it's very obvious.
So what do you think about your fellow Ghanaian saying they should do something about the year of return? What I gather is he's trying to say, we fucked up. Is he saying they should shut the door against the premium blacks?
Now, see, like if he's saying, you should Google like my regret settling in Tanzania, and if you have videos of African Americans popping up on the Ghanaian internet space, it means the media personalities in the country are not really doing enough. They like you let just small few of people from outside country to dominate the media space within your country. Like it shows how weak you are as a country. Like you are not really changing your narrative. If you
Yeah, you
if
guys are getting colonized by the blacks on the
exactly,
internet.
if African Americans can do that, it means the white man would do that easy. It's gonna be easy, man. Like they have all the media machines. They can really change a different narrative about an African country within the a snap of a finger. So that's how I look at it, and they shouldn't just get emotional. They should think critically and do something about it.
Well said. Let's bring in West African Whisperer. Welcome to the show, Wild West African Whisperer. So, Wild West African, you've heard, the Ghanaian speaking, they having, inviting remorse. They said the blacks are, destroying the image of Ghana. And, now they're even writing letters to Nigerians so they can, run to Nigeria because the blacks are doing numbers on them there. You've been to Ghana. I want to hear your perspective on, the Ghanaian frustration and regretting the year of return.
Well, thanks for having me, brother. I'd like to make a gentle correction. It's the Wild African Whisperer.
Oh, you
I'm
okay?
amongst wild Africans here, so I attempt to soothe you with my smooth premium black voice.
Welcome.
Now, so look, I went to the gym the other day, right? And there was a, a woman of African descent. We were training together, and a song came on, and we started talking about Ghana. Half Surinamese, half Ghanaian, and she figures out, oh, where you from? I said, I'm from New York. Oh, Black Americans are colonizing Ghana. I
He
said,
said,
excuse
sorry,
me?
you break. He said, Black Americans are what?
Colonizing Ghana and
Okay.
gentrifying Ghana. This is like within 2 minutes of us hitting the same bag.
Oh, so this
So
is
I'm
a
like,
conversation, huh?
yeah, it's a conversation. You know, you hold it back, yeah, but the person kicks it, then you
Hmm.
switch, whatever. Um, we were the only two black people in the gym, by the way, during that class. So then I said, whoa, don't blame black Americans. Number one, black Americans don't even come from Ghana. We're not even the most populous transatlantic slave diaspora in Ghana. And you need to blame Akufo-Addo for this. Why did I say that? Freestyling it. I'm going to pull up something, and this is from the New York Times. How many Black Americans have moved to Ghana? Immigration has been fueled by vocal proponents on social media and by government programs like Sierra Leone's Path to Citizenship and to Ghana's Beyond the Return campaign. According to the Diaspora Affairs Office in Ghana, at least 1,500 African Americans moved to the country between 2019 and 2023. Now, out of those
Wait, you said 1,500 because go
1,500.
go black said there's 15,000. Is that
Well,
true?
he's obviously a liar.
Okay, so he exaggerated it.
Yeah, exaggerated. Now, so it's 1,500 according to the Office of Diaspora Affairs. Now, out of those 15, how many are actually African Americans? Because a lot of those people there are not African American. What they are Guyanese, Jamaicans that have American passports who are duplicitous in what nationality they choose depending on the situation they're in. Okay. Now, let's go to another receipt. You know, the premium blacks always come with the receipts. Now, how many Jamaicans live in Ghana?
Good
Burton.
question.
Yes. And this is coming from the Jamaican Observer. Burton, who is among approximately 4,000 Jamaicans living in Ghana, is now a marketer, a brand manager for a Jamaican restaurant called Jamrock. So now you can see, and if you've been there, you would notice that there are a lot of Jamaicans and Caribbeans.
Yes,
So
the guy did say that, and he said they are not hearing problems from the Jamaicans. He said only the
well, that's
blacks
cap.
are.
That's
Yeah.
cap. The Jamaicans have actually built their own communities separate away from a lot of Ghanaians
No, he's saying
because
on
of
the internet, putting out negativity about Ghana. He said that started with the year of return.
right. And look, Jamaicans, or at least Rastas or Pan African Jamaicans will probably tend to have more smoke for white people than the host. So, if you come from a shithole country and you move to another shithole country, shit to shit is just, normal business, right? But the premium blacks are coming from the best country on the planet. So when you go to a place, right, and you're invited in a scam campaign, so now the scammed is vocal against the scammer. So what you have here is just a war between the victim and the victimizers. And who's who, I don't know. But let's talk about the facts, like St. James was talking about. I don't think it was St. James. It was said here, though. You there are actual real issues with land there. There are actually people that
Someone did
really
say that.
passed away. They actually really passed away. So you can't say we can't speak on people being deleted over land issues.
But
Ghanaian,
how many
African,
people got deleted?
one life is too many. And there were some sisters from Detroit in northern Ghana who would, at least one of them was deleted due to a land issue. There are Ghanaians that have been deleted.
Oh,
There's been,
in northern Ghana.
yes.
Oh, okay. Well, in northern Ghana, no. I mean, it's easy to get a land over there. It's mostly in the south that might be a problem actually over there, right?
I have to start whispering again because this savage African won't let me speak without interrupting me. But he's a Zongo, so I'm accustomed to the wild Zongos. How are you, brother?
I'm
Okay.
doing great. I was kind of like surprised because northern Ghana it's just easy to get a land over there compared to like the
Yeah,
southern
well,
Ghana.
it wasn't all the way in the north. I think it was going towards the north. Excuse me. So thank you for that gentle correction.
Oh,
But it was Ghana, no less, right? So, and one life is too many to be losing over some dusty land. So when you have a campaign inviting people, and the reason why they said Black Americans because we are the most educated, the most prosperous of all Black people on the planet right now. They really wanted us to come so they could fleece money from Black Americans. Now they brought the people who have the most fire in the diaspora to Ghana, and of course we're going to speak on the issues there. And God bless the Ghanaian people who are also victims of that wild government. Akufo-Addo has run that place into the ground, not into the ground, but he's not doing what he should be doing, and he just used Black Americans' name as a way to get more money. So what's happening? I kind of figured it was going to happen, but just to put the facts to the matter is that it's not mostly Black Americans. Black Americans do not come from Ghana, and one life is too many to be losing in some dusty land scams.
I mean, I get that, but the topic, like the guy, what he's talking about, he said the videos, the image that is being presented to, destroying Ghana's image. He believes that this started after the year of return, and he believed that government messed up by, you know, initiating the year of return. He said that wasn't necessary and they need to do something about it. Do you agree with him or not?
Well, like I said, the truth must and should always be told. So if the truth is that there are issues with land ownership, as there is, then it needs to be told. Okay. So if the Black American has to be the one to tell it, so be it. Do you know how many older Black Americans there who don't have the energy, who were living there prior to the year of the return, don't say it because they're just like, I'm here, but they've been getting scammed, called Obronis, all this other stuff. I say, go to Ghana, go to Africa for a visit. Don't drink the water and come back to the best planet, the best country on the planet. Save Africa for the Africans.
Thank you. Let's bring in Abdullahi. Abdullahi, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Hello.
Abdullahi, what do you want to add onto the conversation? Do you think Ghana is regretting, welcoming the Black Obronis to Ghana?
Oh yes. I think any country should regret bringing these people. Look at the way this guy is speaking. The guy that just spoke right now. He thinks he's somehow not an African, or he thinks he's a premium Black. The only reason they even came to Ghana, I read one of the articles, was because of the George Floyd incident. When they saw those videos of
I used to see videos like that, because I was going to talk about that too, because in the beginning the videos was people were saying because of George Floyd, and and like me, we talked about the people with the victimhood mindset, back then.
I don't really want.
Hey, you had your
throwing
chance,
shots
man. Let me
at
speak, dog.
I think you're a Somali. Are you a Somali?
I'm a Black African American.
No, you're a Somali because of the pause. So
let me whisper to you. You had your chance. I know you're not civilized to give other people their chances, but
racism.
Pipe down a little bit, okay?
Guys.
Well, if you don't want the smoke, you don't call out
let me get back to the point of
these
these people when they came to Ghana.
These people. Go back to Mogadishu, my friend.
Hey, can I speak, man? Are you emotional? Were you raised by a single mom?
Hold on.
I was actually raised by your mom, and I
this guy's a woman, man. The way they argue is
guys,
very
one mic. Go ahead, Abdullahi.
So the point I was trying to make was I'm having issues with my mic for some reason, but
no, it's coming good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, the point I was trying to make was when a country invites you, the best thing you could do is not talk about them in this regard, the way he's talking about other people. So when he says, one life is too many to be deleted, they're deleting each other in Chicago. They're deleting each other all over the place. So obviously, anybody who dies, whether it's an African American, Somali, Ghanaian, that's not good, obviously. Okay. But if you're here to have a normal conversation and really talk about the issues about land, about these people coming home to their home country or coming home to have a better life, then let's talk about that. But if you're here to talk about, you're somehow better than other people, if you live in the greatest nation in the world, why are you coming to a shithole like Ghana, supposedly? I'm not saying Ghana is a shithole, but why would you even entertain that idea? The only reason you're entertaining that idea is because you feel somehow you don't belong in the country which saw, the tragedy that happened to George Floyd, a man kneeling on another man. I don't even understand how other men were standing around. That dude should have been ended, deleted, whatever, right there. If that happened in any other place where it was predominantly Somali people with a Somali lady or somebody kneeling on somebody, that would not fly. I guarantee you that. So, yeah, just to reiterate the point, I respect everybody's country. I respect America. America is the greatest nation on earth. That for that he is 100% correct. Africa is a shithole, 100%. Whether you go west, east, south, but at the same time, when you're in other people's country, show respect, be a man. If you're not there to better the nation, don't be there. It's simple as that.
Okay, so you think like what the Ghanaian guy said, like, do you agree that, like about what he said, that his government made a mistake about the year of return and they need to do something about it? He said because it's going to eventually affect Ghana's image because of the videos that have been pumped out by some of the blacks.
I think Ghana has to worry about other things than image.
Okay.
Right? These are 1,500 individuals that came back to have a better life. Obviously, it's going to take a period of adjustment. It was 2019, I believe.
Right.
So it is not that, for people to come from America and come to other parts of the world. I've been back to Somalia. I've been to different places. I mean, it is a shithole in terms of if you go from a first world country to a third world country. The only reason I go there is because that's my blood. That's where I can count all the way to my 15th grandparent. I found a place where my great grandfather died, and it was a tomb, and it's from over 1,000, not 1,000, but over 600 years, something like that. So, from nostalgia, from getting back to your roots, I can understand going back there. So, but in terms of just you have to take your time, let them integrate correctly, and if they still want to be there, they can be there. But don't throw away your American passport. Let me tell you that.
Thank you. St. James, you want to chime in on what Abdullahi said? Or, any other commenter?
Alpha Damas. I was listening, and to me, right, the situation in Ghana is a little, I can't say it's a little complicated, but I'm just trying to figure out how would someone feels like living in a country where you think you are not being appreciated, like people don't appreciate what you are doing, because us living in America.
Something happened to your audio. Can you hear us?
Let me. Can you hear me?
We can now.
Okay, I was just saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
The situation in Ghana is a little complicated because the situation, people started going. Like, I'm not going to say they started going to Ghana in 2019, but we saw the influx of black diaspora going to the continent in 2019, right? It is a fair statement?
Yeah, I think most have been going there since Ghana had independence.
Yeah,
right, since independence. But in 2019, like on YouTube, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that, for me, right, we came here for a reason, and we can point the reason why we came here. Every single one of us, right, on this panel, like Africans, who moved from the continent to the state, right? We came here for different reasons, but we know the reasons, So for the diaspora, I think, right, moving to Ghana, you are going there because maybe the cost of living in Ghana is cheaper, or you feel like in Africa you can build a business, you can become richer like in the United States. I don't know the reasons, like they got different reasons. But for me, right, criticizing, like the guy said, criticizing Ghana on YouTube, right? Is it going to fix Ghana? Is it going to help Ghana? Or is just, like I don't know, like, because they're talking about the issue for like 5 years, same issues, land issues, people being scammed. So it's been 5 years. So I'm just asking, like, if you don't like the situation, why are you sticking to the situation? I mean,
But like St. James, like for example, like the country, right? Ghana
right.
invited them. They are like invited guests, right?
After that, but we got
So
invited to the state, right? With the
right,
I-20.
yeah. But what I'm saying is, right?
Right.
This one, Ghana, they're saying return, like basically home. Is so that means they should be able to get land. Is
No,
right?
no, Alphadamus,
No,
you are
but
not, you are not, you are not, you are not on the list to get a land.
No,
This is
I'm
the state.
saying no. When they buy the land,
Right.
because like some have said they bought the land, and even Zongo said people they would scam you when you buy the land sometimes. So since the government invited them, they should, because they are coming from a country that is completely different from the system there. Because when they say return, meaning you go into your home.
Yeah.
So shouldn't they have provided that to make sure,
like a system,
a system in place to make it easier
to
for them
transition
to transition and
Alphadamus,
get land.
Alphadamus, go into a place, right? I'm glad that you brought that up. So if that system that we're talking about is not in place, right? So the U.S. Embassy, how long the U.S. Embassy has been in Ghana for? Since independence, right? We can say that.
So yeah, we can say that.
So the same U.S. Embassy in Ghana should be able to tell Black American or Black expat, the land situation in Ghana is a little sketchy. I know you guys got invited here. Don't get overexcited, because we've been monitoring this situation. It's not an easy situation. So you can't just go listen to the Ghana government and buy land.
And
you have to go by your embassy. You have to. I'm not saying you got to only listen to the U.S. Embassy, but you got to bring them along, to the table, so they can protect your investment as well. What you guys think about us investing in land in Ghana? The U.S. Embassy should have a say so as well.
No, but St. James, I get what you're saying, right? But don't forget that, like, the Ghanaian president invited them. This is his guest. He invited them.
Alphadamus, this is where we make the mistake. The same situation is happening in the Sahel, right? No, let me finish and then you talk. The president of Ghana is not an owner of Ghana. He got elected for a term, or to be the president of the country. He's not the overseer of lands. In certain places, he's not even. The chiefs are more respected than the president in Africa.
Yeah, but the people he invited don't know that, though.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm just saying. The United States Embassy should advise the Americans. This is not those kind of systems that you guys have in America are not the same in Ghana.
Yeah, Sanjay, I think you're making a valid point, but you can also look at it from a different angle, right? It's just like how do I come to the U.S., right? The American Education USA through the American Embassy was promoting American universities to the Ghanaians to come to America. So I applied to a university in Harlem. So when I came, they have an international office responsible for international students. So they help international students to transition into the American system. They're going to help you. They have like African. They're going to connect you to African Association on campus, so they can help you to rent rooms in the community, help you with the whole processes involved, right? That you don't know, right? I think a similar program is what Afrodamus is actually saying, that if you invited them, like the Office of Diaspora Affairs could have certain programs in place to kind of help them to transition into not he himself helping them, but they could be they could have like
system in place,
like connection with certain entities or institutions that will help them to kind of transition properly. But anyway, I wanted to make an highlight, right? I mean, I understand, like we say, like the Akufo-Addo invited them. Yeah, that's true. But we have to also understand that there has been an African American association in Ghana that have existed for a long time. I think since independence, and this group over the years have formed themselves into some kind of like a strong association that fight for the interests of African Americans. So I think they also play a huge part in lobbying for the interests of African Americans. So let's not just think
Uh,
about
no,
it's
I
just
mean, I get that, but like for instance,
no,
even
I'm speaking in terms of like what Nakmizu was saying, that they don't come from Ghana or whatever, but there's African American communities in Ghana that live in Ghana, and they always have connection with the government of Ghana, and they fight for the interests of the African Americans who want to come and settle in Ghana. Some, you can't just say all of them don't come from Ghana. Some might have done the ancestry DNA, and they kind of like feel like they want to go back to Ghana, and some probably just like Ghana through someone they know, or they just like the idea that the boy was from Ghana and Nkrumah came from Ghana, whatever, and they just wanted to repatriate in Ghana. So you can't just dismiss that as them not wanting to go back to Ghana, if that really makes sense to you.
yeah, I mean, like for instance, the U.S. embassy, like okay, let's say like Ghana is among the most stable countries in West Africa or Africa as a whole. So I don't see the U.S. putting any warning sign if, especially they see, they're saying specifically the black people are the ones being invited to, year of returning to their home. No white government is gonna step in and try to tell black people, no, you can't go to your home or say stuff. They would be like, no, the white man is being negative again.
Exactly, yeah. But I think the land issue, what St. James is saying, they can place a disclaimer that there has been existing land dispute issues in the country, so they have to be extra like cautious when engaging in any kind of like land purchases within the country.
Absolutely. This is what I was just trying to say, right? Because if you see an issue that big, the United States Embassy should have warned the newcomers. Listen, you got invited. It's up to you to go buy your land, but that disclaimer should be out there for you to see. This is the right way to invest in the land. This is the wrong way to go about it. But I'm just under the impression that so many people went to Ghana, not even knowing the process of acquiring a land in Ghana. You
Yeah.
see, and this situation blew out of proportion, got blown out of proportion in YouTube, and Ghana is being made fun of. Which is not cool. Even even in my country, we got land dispute before even nobody came there. So if a foreigner just get to my country and he talks about, oh yeah, this guy have been scamming for land, we will be laughing at it. This is this ongoing situation. You know,
I like to
so
jump in here, guys.
Go ahead.
So it seems like some of us don't want to put the onus on the people and the government that invited Black Americans to that country, and a big part of that was the purchase and giving of land. That's the issue that we're talking about. So once the people go and take advantage of that, and then it goes south, of course they're going to speak ill of what happened. But the chicken or the egg, in this case, the people who invited are the ones wrong because they're inviting people on the false pretenses, and they're inviting the wrong people. Black Americans do not come from Ghana. We don't. All you have to do is look at the history of colonizations: Portuguese, the Dutch, and then the English. By the time the English took over Ghana, I believe they had already outlawed the transatlantic slave trade. You see, so we don't come from there. So they're only using it because we have money. But with that money comes you know, freedom of speech and the big mouth that we have. So we're gonna speak on it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. They don't mention Caribbeans because they know that Caribbeans, for the most part, can't fly from the Caribbean to Africa and just move. They've got to use America as a springboard to move to Africa. So then they become what? African Americans, which is why I despise that term. I'm going to land my plane with this. If anyone on the panel can tell me what Black Americans have done to the negative on the continent, as opposed to the positive, because St. James said we don't build anything, but there's a Black American who built a hospital in Ghana. I'd super chat in that, right? But what I can say is this:
is it a clinic or a hospital?
Wait, hold on, brother. Hold on. I'm almost done. I'm lining up the runway now. But on the contrary,
I'm saying, is it a clinic or a hospital?
Wait, brother. On the contrary, Abdullahi's people who've gone all over to England, Sweden, what do they import? They import the same violence that they had in Somalia. So don't talk about George Floyd. Don't talk about Chicago when you got Mogadishu and you got them Al-Shabaab Bantu, aka Jarriers, whooping y'all asses because of all the racist stuff that y'all have done to them. So how about that?
Can I say something?
No, something was geared towards me, and I can respond. I can just respond.
St. James, let Abdullah respond.
Okay, go ahead.
So that you respond after him. Okay.
I'm not going to go back and forth with this individual right here.
Well, then
sir, I don't know you very much. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. Hey, let me talk, man. Come on. You spoke.
These are Black people on the panel. You're not even Black, bro.
Dude, dude, can I speak for a second? Can you just let me speak? Come on.
Wait, bro. I'd rather St. James speak because he and I share at least historical and DNA ancestry.
All right, I'm not gonna go, dude. I'm not gonna say anything negative. Relax, man. Calm down.
No, but you don't dictate like how to.
I'm not gonna say anything negative to him, man. He doesn't know anything what's going on in Somalia. He's right though. There is a lot of chaos going on in Somalia, and the Al-Shabaab people need to, the people where I'm from, Puntland, we're actually killing them. You know what I mean? We're bringing them to justice. We're lining them up, chopping their heads off. These people are going down. So you don't even have to worry about that, sir. But when it comes to Somalia, there's a long history of war in clans. And it's not about block wars where we're talking about sets and cribs and all these things. This is a generation war. We had a war with Ethiopia. We had a war with Kenya. We had a war with the Portuguese. We've been fighting white people and our neighbors for millennia. We had war with the Arabs. So when you look at history and you're trying to ascertain where this comes from, it comes from because we're in the nexus of the Middle East and Africa. And the people that live there have been going to war for 1,000 years.
Exactly.
So if you can educate yourself with the history there, rather than just looking at what happened in Mogadishu in 1991 and the civil war after that, then yeah, of course it's a shithole after that. Nobody's denying that. We're looking at the history and how that came to be. These are clan wars that are a millennia old. So please educate yourself before you just speak and spew about
export violence all over Europe and even America. No Black American that has gone abroad to live in expat and repat, whatever you want to call it, has exported violence to the level that the Somalis have. So I find it ironic that a Somali who won't even consider himself Black because he considers Blacks Jarrier.
When did I say this? When did I say this whole Black? You've been arguing with other people. You guys are bringing that emotions to this argument, dude.
Wait, hold on. Let's talk about you
guys. One mic.
Yeah, all right. Let me finish.
No, hold on.
Guys. One microphone, and guys, let's not change the topic. It's
no.
Please.
All right, I'm gonna land with this
to the topic
before I get Black Hawk down.
Other issues he had with other Somali people. You're talking to another individual, my guy.
Nakmizi, let him speak,
my guy. You want to use my slang? Look, stop killing people everywhere you guys go.
You have no slang, dude. You own nothing. You don't even own your name. What is your name? Johnson?
You don't own anything.
You own nothing.
Oh, come on, man. Let's not delve into this conversation.
Guys, please, let's stick with Ghana for now.
Somebody get this guy a high energy biscuit.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna be quiet because this individual cannot behave, dude.
Yeah, great.
All right, St. James. Go ahead, St. James. St. James, you're muted.
No, can you give me 2 seconds? Let somebody else speak. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, St. James is driving today. I mean, Nakmizi, I mean, you keep on claiming that African Americans do not come from Ghana. Well, I mean, you can't ignore the historical part of slavery that played a part in Ghana too. Most of the slave castles came from Ghana. You know, you can't really, and also like this African American Association in Ghana, like they've been like African Americans that have settled in Ghana. It means they've chosen that place to be their home. I'm not saying all African Americans in America. I mean the ones who have chosen Ghana to be their home. So you can't just ignore, you can't just dismantle their their chosen rights. You know, if you believe in American liberalism, you know, people have the right to decide where they want to call home, right? Just like everybody, including yourself. You chose Netherlands. Nobody's saying you didn't come from that place, but you went there to make a
No,
living for
but I
yourself over
don't.
there, right?
Brother, you jump from one point to the next. Let the
Oh,
Black American wait, hold on, brother. Let the Black American teach you about again, the West African whisperer. I said Black Americans do not come from Ghana. By the time Ghana was colonized by the English, they had already outlawed the transatlantic slave trade. Okay?
Yeah, but like
what about the
music, you
slave
know,
castle?
like
What about the
music,
slave castles
yeah,
over there?
like music. But you know, from 1438, right? The Dutch, the Dutch were they
The
were
Portuguese,
running, they were running. You know,
Portuguese,
they were part of the people that were running the slavery and the Portuguese, right?
yeah.
So you know,
Absolutely.
some of the people, you know, came from that territory, you
No,
know,
absolutely.
and also because if you look at it, for me, how I'm seeing it, okay, the box have been opened. Many Black Americans' eyes have opened up to Ghana, right? So there's no turning back. Many, you know, accepted the welcome, even though there's like some negativity, but still more are going. So what do you think should be the solution? Because Black people are not going to stop going there.
I
So
think I think the
what do you think the
solution, brother,
solution?
is hold on. Let me say this. The solution, brother, is like, brother, I know more about Africa than most of these Black Americans and Pan Africans, right? The
Right.
solution is not to follow your heart. The solution is to follow your history. Once you follow your history and you understand the people from which you came and you understand their mentality, then you won't have this, oh, they're treating me bad. Black Americans don't belong in Ghana. When we talk about their colonial past and who they were working with, you go to Suriname, you go to Jamaica. These people are descendants of Ghanaians, not Black Americans.
Yeah.
1821 is when England colonized or went into Ghana, but they stopped the slave trade at 1808 officially on the books. So by that time it was the Dutch, which is why there's so many people in Suriname who are direct descendants of Ghanaians. It's not us, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Once you realize that, then you understand that it was just the scam. So now the scammers and the scammed are fighting, and let them fight.
No, it's not. It's never a scam. And like I keep on saying, I'm going to reiterate my point. There is an African American Association in Ghana, and they have been advocating for African American rights with the Ghanaian government for far too long now. You know, they've been the ones saying that, hey, we've been living here since Nkrumah achieved independence. It's about time we get Ghanaian citizenship. You know, they have been really advocating for that. You know, like I'm not saying about like the ones living in America. I'm saying the one that are currently living in Ghana. Like they probably they have. Are you trying to insinuate they don't have any kind of understanding of their history? Some probably do. Some probably did their DNA and they know like where their heritage came from. I mean, some probably know where their heritage come from, but they still want to settle in Ghana. You know, they might acknowledge, okay, maybe my roots came from maybe like Cameroon or Nigeria or maybe Benin or elsewhere in Central Africa, but they want to settle in Ghana. Just like they have every right to settle in those kind of
No, they
places.
want to settle
But
in Ghana. They don't need to settle in Ghana.
the
I'm sure you know about the Brazilians
But I'm
that
saying about you believe in American liberalism. People have the right to decide what is their best way of life. If you believe in
yeah, and
American
you're trying
liberalism,
to apply American liberalism to the continent, shining your ignorance on how it works on the continent, bro.
no, it has nothing about ignorance. It's just like me. I believe in liberalism. I moved from Ghana to stay in America because I want to stay over here. I want a better
But
I
but
want
but,
to
Don't
but
do your
like music,
Western
like music.
mentality,
How
like
bro.
many
I mean
Black people, right? Let's say, because most Black people in America have ancestry from Nigeria, Congo, Angola, Senegambia
Sierra
region, right?
Leone.
Sierra Leone, right?
And Cameroon too, and Cameroon. I love
Yeah, but Cameroon and Nigeria was kind of the same type of
Yeah.
territory close by, and
Exactly.
mostly Congo also. So, I mean, not too many Black Americans would want to go to Congo.
Of course, and those that don't want to go to Congo, those that don't want to go to Sierra Leone, and I think Sierra Leone is pretty popular, by the way, are ones who are not really trying to find their roots, who are not really trying to go where they came from, because they look at Africa as just one big place but they don't understand that it don't work like that. So that's what I'm saying. These Pan Africans have no real concept of how it works on a continent. And this is no shot at Abdullahi. But if, let's say, since Somalia is on a continent, I say, well, I'm an African American. If I use that term, I'm gonna go to Somalia. I have no business there because that's not where my people come from, even though it's the continent of Africa. So Zongo native,
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't make sense. Let me give an example. See, I'm from Ghana, right? But I'm Hausa mixed with the Kotokoli tribe. My origin does not necessarily, it's not indigenous to Ghana. We came from somewhere in Katsina in Nigeria and Kotokoli tribe somewhere in Togo. But we are Ghanaians now. My mentality, my mindset, everything is Ghana now. You know what I mean? When I listen to people from Katsina, I'm like, no, I don't resonate with people like this. Like my whole mentality is from. See, Africans have always been migrating among like the regions. If you go to Gambia, you will see a lot of people from Ghana, probably, or maybe Nigeria, settling in Ghana for the past 50 years. And they will call Gambia as their homes. You can't just relegate them to where they come from. Africans are always going to move to a place whereby they find uh, security over or some kind of like economic prosperity in that kind of place. They don't just restrict themselves to where they really come from. They know where they come from, but they will also want to migrate to other places to look for security for security reasons or some kind of economic reasons as well.
All right, brother.
Hold on.
It's funny.
Let me
Hold
speak
on,
for just a little
Abdullahi.
bit,
I'm gonna
dog.
pass the mic to you, brother. 1 second. Jongo native. It's weird that you turn up the oil in the own frying pan when I'm about to cook you, because let's use your own ethnic group, the Zongo communities. How are they treated in Ghana?
I mean, they're minorities. They are minorities. Yeah.
They're a minority. They face discrimination because guess what? They don't belong there.
No, but no. Hold on. No,
Wait.
no,
Hold on.
no.
I'm not finished. The Fulani. How are the Fulani treated? They're treated like crap because what? They don't belong there. You see what I'm saying? So when you go back to where you are originally from, you're not necessarily going to be embraced.
No, but
Wait, hold on, brother. Hold on. Because you use
this is something
yourself, right?
I like this
Yeah,
conversation, by the way.
yeah, and me too. And I like that you and I can have it. But people who are not from a place going back to a place are subject to wake up calls, and that's my point.
They can
Even
always
after
create.
Thomas had a wake up call, and he's Gambian. You know what I'm saying?
And let me give you an example, right? See. I mean, in Ghana, the majority tribe is Asantis. The Asantis, they are a welcoming tribe, right? See, when like the Muslims were migrating from from Nigeria area, moving towards like westward to Ghana area, they always give them place to stay. To stay. If you go to Ghana, like Koftan, where I come from, if you go to Ashanti Chief Palace, the Zongo people, they have a seat in the chief palace, right? So over time, they created their own communities and they have their own some kind of like authority over their own communities. African Americans can also create their own community, and over time, they will have their own district and have some kind of like autonomy over their own districts. Like it's no different. That's why
The reason they're going there is because they don't want to be a minority.
No, they're not.
They're gonna be a minority if they go to Ghana, and they won't have, and they don't like. Premium Black is saying, I haven't done research on this, but if their ancestors are not from there, then there's no reason to go there.
Yeah, but
and also when you do,
if they go to Nigeria, they're going to be minority anyway.
DNA, they're not going to tell you exact tribe unless they do something called identity by descent. So if they're just doing admixture, then anybody can be anywhere. Like Somali could be Ethiopian, Ethiopian can be Somali. They have to do something called identity by descent, where they actually look at chunks of transferred DNA and compare that to tribes that live there. And also, when you go to certain areas, you have to go to areas where your tribes are. African Americans have an issue in that they mix together. So you had people from Nigeria, different places, and they mixed with each other. So you can't even have a big chunk of your DNA coming from one particular tribe or
And
one particular
that's even
region.
the jungle community.
So
Also,
for
the
you to
jungle
find
community
Yo,
also
let
someone
him
like that in
finish,
Africa,
man.
it's going to be hard.
no, even in the jungle community also mixed with several tribes. And if you go to the jungle community, it's not even made out of one particular tribe. It's just a mixture of different tribes that use Islam as their banner. They come from different regions across Africa, from the Yoruba tribe, from the Hausa tribe, from northern Nigeria, from the Hausa tribe in Niger, from people from Togo, Benin, Burkina Faso. I mean, Saint James knows about the Morsi people in jungle community, and people from even some areas like within the Niger area too as well. You know, like so. I mean, I get what you say about minority, but I'm saying over time you build
Yeah,
your own
that's the
community
point I want to get at. Over time, brother,
over time.
your people move from one part of Africa or of West Africa to another part of West Africa. Didn't
Yeah,
mix with people, didn't get another culture, didn't get another
We
phenotype,
we
don't have
mix,
the
we
same
mix, we
admixtures
mix.
that we have. Hold on, brother. So it's like, moving from one part of Africa to the next. We left the continent, became new people, new culture, new phenotypes, and you think that we're just gonna go back and fit in? There's a boxer named Azuma Nelson who was his ancestors were shipped to Brazil. Remember, I talked about the Portuguese and their colonization. The many Brazilians went back to Ghana, right? Many Brazil or Afro Brazilians went back to Nigeria. But you got to look at the time span as well. It's too far gone for us. We need to just embrace America.
But I'm not saying you shouldn't embrace America, right? You can hold back. But I'm saying like there's an African American community in Ghana, right? And they have existed for the past like 5 decades. You know, I
And
mean,
yeah,
and, and,
but
and yo, I'm glad
we
you
always
Zongo,
brought
been
that
that's
up
about
because
something.
they
Zongo,
haven't done
Yeah.
anything in those
Zongo,
decades.
Zongo. That's a very small minority. I think, like, okay, for example, what like Miz is saying. Yes, the blacks came from those regions. There's a lot of mixing that happened over time, and it's true they became their own tribe. They came from there, but like let's say they bring some slaves from Senegambia, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Cameroon, Congo, Angola, right? These people became a mixture. They became a mixture. So more than likely, when you find a black American, they would have DNA from maybe could be from Senegambia and combination with somebody all the way from Angola
Yeah.
or Congo. That's a far distance. Like on the continent, for you to find like let's say an actual Congolese, typical original Congolese, and let's say original Senegambian, they don't have any mixture. It's not the same tribe, right? But the confusion have been created. The blacks became like the free ones. Like they say they can choose wherever. I've even seen some saying we're going to Kenya. They even claim in South Africa.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, the argument you're making, that's not going to change the facts. And
No, I know what you're saying. But my argument is how to like repatriate in a country and also become part of the nation building. Uh, also like be instrumental in building the nation, just just like every other country, right? Because even if you go back to where you come from, right, you're always going to be a minority because they're always going to see you different. They're always going
I
to see you
think,
different, right?
I honestly think if it's about resettlement, right?
Hmm.
Like Namibia, right? Have huge territory, is developed enough to, Western standard, but very underpopulated, is huge. Maybe if there's, a group of black people who are serious, they claim they want to be on the continent, I think that would be a perfect place. But,
I don't. I don't think black people should actually leave America, dude. You guys are
Right.
one of the greatest nations on earth. You helped build it to some degree. What he's saying is right. That dream is far gone. You guys are mixed with other Africans. You're mixed with
Mhm.
Europeans. You're mixed with Native Americans. Uh, I think this is the best place for y'all. Like this should be a new start. And as a matter of fact, it's a great start. It's a start of a journey that you guys came here, built yourselves up, were freed, contributed to the American Constitution. As a matter of fact, contributed to the whole world in terms of how other Black people see you, music. When it comes to inventions, like I work in a blood bank. So when you look at the history of blood bank, there's so many African Americans that built the first refrigeration systems. So there's like a bunch of history here. There's no need to go back. Why would you go back? It's hard to go back. The people who live there right now are fighting amongst each other. We're fighting for land and territory. There's You're not going to get any land. You're not going to get any sympathies from those people. They don't know you. You don't have any kind of allegiance to them. They have no allegiance to you. It is a fool's errand to go back there. No need to go back there. Stay here. Build what you reap what you built, and that's the end of that.
So
Thank you, Abdullahi. I
Abdullahi.
appreciate it, man. I appreciate Abdullahi 100%. Thank you, brother.
So Abdullahi,
Oh, yes, sir.
you made a point there, right? So then what, like the year of return, do you think, they use that as an opportunity when, for example, many black people were feeling anxious about what they saw on television about the George Floyd thing, and the Ghana government capitalized on it, you know, because it was all based in emotions. The videos we were seeing, you would see people go to Ghana and start kissing the ground, uh, like at the castle. You see what I'm saying? So
But
so
that's
pretty.
but that's not true, Alfredamus. Because even I remember like
No, I'm asking a question.
when I was coming to the US,
So,
right? I arrived in late 2019, right? I remember an African American lady telling me about the year of return. That was even way before George Floyd's even death. Because I
No,
was still in
no, but
college.
it became. I'm saying popularized. Like a
yeah,
lot of people
Yeah,
started going,
I highly doubt it.
because
I
I've
highly
seen.
doubt it.
no, I understand what Afrodamus is talking about. He's talking about the atmosphere. The atmosphere was such that the the what happened to George Floyd. It happened in my neck of the woods in Minneapolis. I live in
Okay.
a place called I'm not going to say where, but it's in Minnesota. But yeah, it was chaos, man. There was so many protests, so many people died, shopkeepers. As a matter of fact, it destroyed the inner cities, which had a lot of African Americans, a lot of Somali people, a lot of minorities there. So it had the opposite effect in terms of it was a tragedy on a moral scale, and it was a tragedy when it came to the bank or a book when it came to people's finances. So and also lives. They killed one black individual that owned shops there. So uh, yeah, but no man should make any decision when it comes to emotions. When you see somebody get killed, I mean, it's a tragedy, but people get killed every day. So there is this sense that somehow, obviously, it was shocking to see a 9 minute or 8 minute video of some dude kneeling on some dude's neck, and the police they cared about more doing, stopping people onlookers from taking photos rather than getting this dude, talking about fentanyl and all these.
but like Abdullahi, another point I was gonna make, right? There's, because we are now talking about ethnic background where people are from. There's like lots of Lebanese, Indian, other people, that are going to these countries, including Ghana, and they are fitting in. I mean, like they're doing business. Maybe they came there for different reason. You know, okay, never mind, because again that would destroy my point, because the ancestral thing, that's what was sold to the black people. So forget that point. Never mind.
I know what
And
you're
also,
saying.
I
You're
wanted to
basically
add one thing, right? And also, we
go
have
ahead.
to also recognize Akufado when he was campaigning for the year of return. He just didn't. He wasn't just campaigning for African Americans. Remember, he went even to some of these Caribbean islands to do the same campaign. to this government. You know, if anybody kind
No,
of
he
followed
didn't.
No, but Zongo. To be fair, this was heavily sold to
yeah,
Black
but
Americans.
I know, I know,
I saw it, man. Like we were having these discussions. It was
yeah,
heavily
I understand that.
sold,
So,
geared towards them. Let's just be real.
yeah, but I understand that. But he just didn't just sell it to
You
us.
know these
No,
videos.
he did
This
just
video.
tell it to us. The wider Caribbean diaspora was an afterthought. There's one of the chiefs who said African Americans. Somebody had to whisper him. He says, "Oh," and then you have to include the Caribbeans as well. What you're talking about are trade deals, and one part of the trade deal, specifically with Suriname and Jamaica, was non-visa travel. He can't do that with Black Americans because we're American. So we still got to get a visa. But the year of the return was strictly for Black Americans who don't come from there, and the rest of the people were an afterthought. Why would he? Okay, let's talk about money here. Why
Man,
would they target it to people from Suriname who don't have the money to travel there like Black Americans, or people from Jamaica who don't have money to travel there like Black Americans? It doesn't make any business sense. So he went to the top of the money food chain and he invited us and our people who have no idea about history, colonization, and also who can't recognize a money scam because they got this Pan-African cloud in front of their eyes, fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
yeah, but I mean, see, I come from Ghana. I understand the psyche of a Ghanaian, right? See, a lot of time, like they didn't even use the word African American. They said diasporans, right? See, when the
No, they
Ghanaian,
specifically said Black
wait,
Americans, African Americans.
wait.
But hold on. I want to go. I want to go to the bright side here. At least let's there's many other this year of return benefiting many. Some are finding love. Like for example, let's look at her here. See. Hey, like me, do you think that's real love or green card love?
That's green card love, and he's probably got a Ghanaian family, beautiful Ghanaian family, who just like, yeah, Papa, get that money. I've seen on YouTube one in Nigeria and one in Ghana, older Black American women with
The
younger.
young guy, I have that video.
Yeah,
Yes,
bro,
I've seen it.
that looks very. We all know what I'm gonna say, and so I'm not gonna say it. It's creepy. It's creepy.
I know, guys. Let's do our closing statements. It's getting late here for me. So let's do our closing statements. Abdullahi, go.
Oh yeah. Hey man, no hard feelings to what is it? Premium Black. I got nothing against African Americans, but when it comes to the year of return, it was poorly managed, poorly planned. It didn't. Now they're reeling from that realization. So, uh, listen, for all African Americans, stay in America. America is the greatest nation on earth. We all know this. And people who say, "Oh, that's somehow anti-black or anti-African or whatever the hell," it's facts. It has nothing to. Facts have no. They don't care about your feelings. They're the leading in all aspects. As we speak right now. So.
But Abdullah, you just saw the lady found love in Ghana. The man went on his knees with flowers. He's showing.
You can marry 4 wives, man. I personally, I don't look for one love. I look for many. So.
All right, thank you. All right, let's have safe mode. Safe mode. You came in late, but I want to give your thoughts real quick.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, no, I was just listening. I wanted to chime in. I think the guy that left, he was saying, that African Americans are basically a group of many different Africans that mix together over a long period of time. And then you had touched on the fact that some African Americans are even claiming going back to Kenya or South Africa. So I was going to ask, Is something wrong with that from your point of view? Like, do you think it's
No, no,
it's
because what they basing it off of like your ancestry. For me, right? I I would go anywhere. So I think if you're an American, your passport is good. You can go wherever in the world, but don't attach it to emotions whatsoever. Just travel as a free person. Go see the world. I have no issue with that.
yeah, exactly. Like I was the way I was looking at it, I felt like maybe like people who do want to go to Africa, who do want to live in Africa, I feel like they should do that, but I feel like they should just not expect anything from Africa in a way, like don't expect like, hugs and kisses when you come, but if you want to actually live there, to go there and build yourself up from the start, like just like how everybody else does. But that was just my little
I
take.
totally agree. I agree. Thank you. Thanks. All right. Let's have Nagmizi closing statement.
Well, again, thank you, brother, for having me. Thank you, Zongo, for the great conversation, and salute to Abdullahi. In this typical Somalian fashion, he's going to come with the fire. I'm going to come with the fire. But at the end, when the fire goes out, we come to understanding. So, yes, go wherever you want, people. Travel wherever you want, but don't go expecting to get the ceremonial drums at the airport.
Hey,
Because that's
remember, I said I can put it together. And also, man, hey, you've been missing, man. Dirt has been coming around. You've been messing with my Gambian brother.
He's been coming here.
He used to come, a few shows back.
Oh, he's from Gambia.
One day he and I will make a guest appearance on your panel together. There will definitely be fireworks. But look, man, I'm just saying this. Believe and appreciate who you actually are. Stop trying to reach on to stuff that you may have been. And if you walk in truth and understanding, then you won't have the letdown like many people have when they go back to the continent. Peace.
Thank you. All right, Zongo, closing statement, Zongo.
I mean, great conversation from the panelists, right? I mean, African Americans have been far moved from Africa, and they are African Americans within the American continent now, right? So wherever they go, they shouldn't shy away from where they come from, right? But I know as an African myself, I also believe in liberalism as an ideology, right? People have the right to decide what is the best way of life. They can choose to stay in America, they can choose to stay in Gambia, they want to stay in Cyprus, anywhere in the world they deem fit to stay, provided that they have the financial capacity to be able to finance themselves. People move at different stage in their life. Some people want to move out of America for retirement. People don't want to stay in American nursing home to die. They want to, have the leverage of having American dollar so they can use their money to pay, the poor Africans so they can manage themselves, right?
Who says Ghanaian men are not romantic? Go ahead, Zongo.
man.
So,
and then again, see, a lot of people from America. These are some of the things that you have to very, this is the same. This is the things that Go Black and other folks were mentioned of. There are a lot of scams in these countries, so don't just be thinking that everybody is a righteous person over there. People are just going to scam you for what you have, not for where you come from or how connected they are to you ancestrally. So just be vigilant and just be circumspect, wherever you go across the world, and just do what is best for you, and I'll leave with that statement.
Thank you, Zongo. All right, Rasmois, I'll give you a quick one. Go ahead, Rasmois. What do you want to add?
Greeting to you, Aphrodite. I miss the entire show.
I know. It's about Ghana complaining about saying the blacks are ruining their country's image. What do you like? So it's like the year of return. It sounds like they regret it. What do you want to add on to this?
But let me ask you this: in what way they are ruining Ghana? Are they ruining like the economy of Ghana by messing up the economy?
Go Black said 15,000 of them. Thanks to them, if it wasn't for them, Ghana would fall.
That's not necessarily true because Ghana, they have the Ghanaian diaspora that sent remittances back to their country like almost every month or every week. So it's not because of them. Like Ghana welcomed them to repatriate and to set up business and to boost their economy. But hey, if the Ghanaians say that their economy is ruined because of them, and they need to pack up their bags and move to some other places and not stay in Ghana. Yeah, that's my take on that. But
Right.
I don't think it's all of them that's doing this in Ghana.
No,
Because
no,
you have a lot of bums.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
go ahead,
few.
Adam.
Yes, yeah, of course, because I know some are gonna come here and say, "Oh, all," but not all. Obviously, in fact, I'm gonna bring some videos of black people from America who are very fed up about how some of their fellow blacks behave in Ghana.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say that you have a lot of Black Americans that are very business oriented. No, they're all about their business stuff like that. But you have some of them that are bums. So these are the bums that are causing chaos in Ghana. I'm assuming. But yeah, that's my take on that, Afrodamis. Thank you, man. You've been on a hiatus lately, man. I haven't seen you.
Yeah, man, I've been busy, but I'm definitely gonna come in some more.
Yeah, likewise, man. Same here too. I've been busy myself. As a matter of fact, I'm working right now. So yeah. All right, man. Thank you, man. And peace to you, St. James. Peace to you,
Thank
brother.
All right, all right, St. James. Closing statement, St. James.
Man, why you got me on the closing statement, man? While I was struggling, trying to, chime in, man.
No,
God damn.
no, I don't know what happened to your internet. You disappeared.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Because I have connection issue because I'm moving. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you disappeared. So we don't. You weren't in the studio.
Right. But this was quite a good topic. But if you give me like 3 minutes, man, if you don't mind.
All right, you got 3 minutes.
All right. Us being the Diamond Blacks, right? Because a new term was created, right?
Right.
So us being the Diamond Blacks, right? So technically, the Premium Black is kind of overrated now, So, like I said before, if the situation that you find yourself in is not working for you, you gotta wear your, I don't know if you can call it an immigrant or whatever the situation may be. If the situation is not working for you, you gotta change your situation. Whining. I mean, listen. If you have been in a place for 5 years, and the people within that country are still not doing right by you, I believe you gotta stop whining and look for another place. There is no way you can be a premium black, right? So being a premium black means you have the resources. So if you have the resources, you becomes an international investor. It doesn't have to be Africa. You don't have to be emotional about Africa. Like Zongo said, it is a developing place. So you have to have a developing mentality. I'm not saying don't criticize. You got to do criticize. But if you feel like the place is not going to add value to your life, you got to determine that for yourself. Having low life YouTubers like Go Black talking about Ghana, that guy's is in Ghana, but you will never see him talk about his business, promote any business in Ghana. He just talk out of his ass, So which is kind of sad to watch him do. Like I said, on one video he loves Ghana, he loves the people of Ghana. On another video he just bashed Ghana, but he sneak this Ghana a lot, so you can see it, but us being a Diamond Black, right? We gotta put people on notice, right? Africa, because Ghana is home for me. So we got to put people on notice, right? You have noticed that, we are expelling a lot of people who came without their working papers in Africa, right? Like in the Sahel, right? So we got to...
But the blacks were invited to Ghana, though. They got
No. Listen, that paper maybe was not legit, right? It was not a legit. Akufo Akufo was being, because like, listen, anybody that talks about slavery, right? Because I know Africans, they feel bad about what had happened in the past, right? You know, in a positive way. So anybody that comes to the continent talking about I'm oppressed in the West, this is what we saw a lot from the people from the diaspora that returned to Africa. Most of them said we were oppressed. So
Right.
many African kind of took a we let them say whatever they want, right? Because we don't like to see like people that look like us being oppressed. So it kind of muted it muted the Ghanaians, if I can say that, right? Ghanaians were like, okay, let us take the back seat so we can learn from the newcomers. So basically, this is what happened, you know, like an oppressed, somebody who felt like he was oppressed came in, and you open your door, you open your arm, and you were like, you know what, you know, we're gonna do right by you. You know, it's not everybody in that country, but like I said, the Ghanaians, they are very nice people. Sometimes we go back and forth, but trust me, the Ghanaians have welcomed a lot of people within their country compared to many countries in East and West Africa. You cannot deny that.
Right.
You know, so we gotta accept that. You know, they try their best to accommodate a lot of people within a short period of time. Mistakes are gonna happen, you know, things are gonna happen. But the people like this guy, the YouTubers, they're not gonna help. You know, this guy is just trying to make a living, you know, by talking about Africa, you know, trying to pander to certain people. Like Nak was here, but you know, I just don't want to address because the statement that I made was towards what Go Black said. You know, 15,000 people coming to Ghana.
Right. He did say 15,000. Yes.
Right. He said 15,000 people coming to Ghana. That's what I was just saying. Those 15,000 people will never do more than what the Ghanaians are doing. You know, that's what I was just trying to say.
There's
you know,
30 million. Ghana has 30 million people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is nothing that these people did, that this diaspora can do to Ghana that the Ghanaian themselves cannot do. So you got to point out to something specific to me.
Well, he's wrong in that because obviously,
Right.
if Ghanaians, you know, for him to be able to go there, the Ghanaians already at least created a place before he got there.
And Afridamus, and they also were able to give you, whether you pay $1,000 or $1,500, at least they were able to give you a piece of property. Correct.
Correct.
So you gotta respect that. You know, I see a lot of people in the West talking about, yeah, that should have been cheap. $1,500 for us is free. I don't know what world you live in. If you live in a first world country, and if $1,500 is not free to you, then you can't go to Africa. Whether it's 1,500, 2,000, 2,500 for a piece of land. I can even go to $5,000. If a government tells you got to give us $5,000 for a piece of land, and you feels like this is too much, Africa's not for you, bro. You gotta just stay here, you know, hustle, get your money right, and go. Like what somebody was saying, Akufo, like any Afrodamus. Let's be honest. We talk about the system being in place for the diaspora to return, right? Can you imagine an Africa that came from Africa to the state, right? He live in the Bronx or Brooklyn. Who's gonna sit him down and talk about the violence, right? Let's say it doesn't have anybody.
Right.
Do you see regular people on the street telling, hey, don't go to this place, don't go to that place?
Like, I mean, sometimes some of the people would tell you if you're a stranger. Yeah, some of them they do tell you.
Afrodamus, you speak English and I speak French, right? I get to the state, I don't speak English like that. And my first week, I'm kind of wandering around. Do you think people would tell me don't go to this place and I will understand exactly what they're saying? Yeah, it can happen. You know, everywhere that you go in the world, you're going to see certain things that are not properly put in place for you. You know, you got to make sure that you know where you're going. You know, and I'm kind of saddened. I am saddened to see the premium blacks failing in a country called Ghana. I'm saddened because if you're a premium, right, you got to outmaster your situation. You know, you got to be on top of your situation. Listen, you get to Ghana, people are kind of scamming you. You know what? Black America, whatever the situation may be, they got that skill set to overpower this little hoodlums who try to take from them, man. Come on now, it's not that big. These people are not very savvy to get in your pocket. If they know how to get in your pocket, that means you have to reconsider. You have to come back to the state, because this. Come on now.
Thank you, Senjen. We shall finish this tomorrow.
Yeah. We gotta finish it because listen, I love Ghanaians, man. Let's honestly, this country has welcomed the diaspora more than any other country in West Africa. We gotta give them their prop, man. Let's give them their prop. With the mistake they make, we have to. I'm sure they should accept the little criticism that come from the diaspora. You agree with that? But these little YouTubers here and there, no.
Yeah, they are definitely messing up the image.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, no problem.
Don't forget, man. We are the Diamond Blacks, and within a few week or two. So anybody that's checking in for Africa, we gotta make sure they go through us, man.
Thank you, St. James.
Thank you.
Right. All right, guys. That's St. James. Hey, as you guys know, I hope you enjoyed the show. I want to thank all of you for watching, and all the panelists that came in. Of course, the conversation is gonna get hot and cold, but at the end of the day, people are free to express themselves. Don't get all emotional, get upset. But as some of the Ghanaian, like the brother that was talking, he feels like the year of return, brought a lot of negative PR, from some of the, Black YouTubers. And yeah, some of the things they say, can come across as, very negative, I think, in fact, because how some of them began, maybe, just maybe they can use the platform and, try, instead of just, going with their feelings or basing it off of just, doing whatever for the dollar, maybe they can, politely shed light on, some of the things that need to be changed, simple as that. But, feel free to leave your comments and let me know if Ghana can shut the door down, or they should try to, turn this around and make Ghana a better place for not just the Blacks, but for everyone. I'm out.
Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see-through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you. Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see-through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you. Big flex, my swole up. Double cup and I'm pulled up. Niggas hating like hold up. What's the problem? I'm pulled up. Big